Thank you for logging on to the PawCast for the week of Monday, April 16th through Friday the 20th. Hello, I'm Mr. Andrews.
And I'm Miss Pegram.
And here's what's happening on our team this week.
Hello again, friends. After a long and hopefully restful week and a half, I hope everyone had a wonderful spring break. I know I did. And before that, I know I had a wonderful DC trip. So I hope you guys had as much fun and learned as much as I did on that trip. Really, really neat stuff. Next week in ELA, we're going to continue on with our Civil War unit. And parents, this is where we're really integrating that social studies right in with our ELA. The whole entire unit is all about social studies integrated into the ELA. All of the groups have chosen a figure from that era, and they'll begin researching them. You and your group members will definitely become experts on your historical figure by the end of this unit and by the time you've finished your project. Well, we will begin filling in our final project organizer about early childhood and adulthood of that historical figure. We're going to be jumping around in the final project organizer, so stay tuned for that and really pay attention to where we're going and what research questions we're going to be doing next. Also, we will finish the book that we're using. I have it right here. We'll be finishing that next week as well. Really neat book. Get your kids to tell you about it. Lastly, some ELA reminders. This isn't ELA, but the students will be receiving report cards next Tuesday. And an ELA reminder, the DC packet is due Friday, April 20th. It's due Friday. Thanks again, guys.
This week during the math portion of our school day, we're going to begin the 6-week countdown and review. This past week, we took the ELA and the math interim assessment, and that gives me and Mrs. Pegram a really good idea of the things that we're very strong with and the things that are moderate to weak. And so we're going to focus on those things that are moderately weak, and then we'll continue to supplement those things that we're strong on. So we'll begin that with this week's math centers, and along with our math centers that happen sort of in the background, they'll become much more pronounced as the weeks go by and the closer we get to the end of May. But math centers will be happening. They're going to be addressing those objectives that we need some help with and more practice with. But in the foreground, we've got 2 more things that we're trying to cover, and we will have completed all of the math curriculum for 5th grade, and that is coordinate pairs and geometry. We'll start this week with geometry. We'll talk about polygons, triangles, and the different kinds of quadrilaterals. Now, it's more than just knowing the shapes, it's knowing the properties of those shapes and how they vary because of those properties. So, a little bit deeper digging with 5th grade geometry. During the science portion of our day, we're kind of in that same mindset. On Tuesday, we have our science interim. Now, this is again going to be testing all the knowledge that we've taught to this point and the ecosystems unit that we still haven't covered yet. So we'll be looking to see how well our students remember weather and climate, thermal energy, body systems, and forces of motion, knowing that the ecosystems and ecology unit is still to come. So we've got a lot of great things going on. It's very busy this week.
capital? Oh, which one will we learn about this week?
Well, a few months ago, I'd asked you on one of the bonus answers to submit clues that we could use, and so this week I'm using Marley Shaleski's clues that she submitted. I've actually been to this state, and you can see behind me a selfie with the state's capital. The state dance, according to Marley, is the polka. And this state's quarter, every state has a quarter with its theme. Well, this state's quarter features a cow on it. Moo. The nickname of this state is not the cow state, although the cow is significant for this state. It represents something or an industry in the state, but the nickname of the state is the Badger State. And a popular motorcycle company, Harley-Davidson, was founded in this state in 1903. I actually went to there and visited where they manufacture the Harley-Davidsons when I was visiting in this state. What state is this? And what is the capital city? If you've got those two things along with your mom and dad's signature, and yeah, your name too is pretty important, then you will qualify as a winner for this week's bonus answer.
Where is Mr. Andrews? He's in the U.S. He's at a capital. Oh, which one will we learn about this week?
Let's all have a great week